This is a video for if you don't know how to tape a flag. I'm gonna go over the parts of the flag really quickly and then we'll get started. So this is your bottom end cap, and you have two tapes. You can't really see mine, but I have a tape here and one right here as well. And I have my tab that's connecting my silk to my pole. And then I have my top end cap here. So what you're gonna wanna do if you're taping a flag is you're gonna first, say you have never taped a flag, what you're gonna do is you're gonna check your both top and bottom end caps. And what you're gonna do is, if you look at my bottom end cap, there's a bunch of tape and it's kind of like there's parts that's like coming out and you might wanna retape that. So I'll show you this because this one, like, there's a bunch of parts missing. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna find all the tape and you're just gonna take it all off. And be careful because your tape sometimes is sticky and kind of gross. So just be careful for that. And yeah, so I'm gonna speed this up. Okay, so basically, I sped that part up, but basically, once you're done, you're gonna have this. There's still gonna be tape residue, like, sorry, that was invisible to you. But you're gonna have tape residue like this, and it's gonna be black stuff. It's just kind of sticky, but it's okay. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take this rubber part, because it's rubber. You're gonna take it and you're gonna pull it off. You kind of have to pull hard. So my bolt was loose, but if it's not loose, the bolt would be fully inside and covered with tape and it won't be moving. But yeah, I'll show you the next part. If your bolt is loose, that's okay. You just need to remove the excess tape on the bolt and retape it in. I'm gonna redo all my tape though to show you what it would look like. So you have this tape. So I took out the bolt. So this is like the empty pole. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take, there's tape here on your thing, and you're gonna take it off as well. So yeah, just take it off. It's not that hard. You just have to find where it starts, and that's pretty much it. You just have to remove all the tape, and once your tape is off, it's basically easy, and then I'll show you the rest. I'm just gonna clip this part out because it's not that hard. Okay, so I took off my silk, but you're not gonna be doing that. I took my silk off to show you what you would do if you say you had a brand new silk you got. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your silk and you're gonna open it up all the way. And what you can do to check it, if not, because most silks are built like a square in a way. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift it up and check from not the side with the hole, because one side has a hole for your pole to go through. The other side is just the silk. And so with just the silk side, you just need to check which one is longer. So whichever one is longer, you have to take it and you have to put it towards the bottom of the pole. So like, I'll show you really quickly. It's a recording. But you're basically gonna take your pole from here, put it in, and it's gonna go over, and you're just gonna pull it all the way down. And always double check this because it has happened in the past where people don't check their poles and it's not right. But always just make sure that this part, the tail, because it's called a tail, if your silk has a longer part, that part's gonna go towards the bottom. And then yeah. So after you get your silk on your pole, I forgot to tell you this, but you have your bolt. Mine's out. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your black tape. For this flag, I'm using black tape, but for a different flag, you might use a different color tape, like pink, black, or literally any other color. But yeah, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your flag and you're gonna do this thing called the cross method, where you do it in this weird cross pattern. So you do a cross here and a cross over the rounded part. And I will show that right now if I can get my tape out. Okay. So what you would do is you would tape down like less than an inch onto the pole. You're just gonna tape it straight directly onto the pole. And then you're gonna do this weird cross method or plus method or star. I don't know what you wanna call it. I call it the cross method. But basically you go in a cross position, you cut it, there. You currently have one stripe across it. You still have these two parts that are missing. So you just have to take those parts. So you'll do it again, and you'll tape it, and tape it once more. And then you'll basically have a cross looking shape, and it's basically all set. As you can tell, it's like this weird cross pattern. And then what you're gonna do next is with your tape again, you're gonna go around the, not around the top part, but around the pole itself where your tape is. You're gonna tape around that just like once. It doesn't need to be a lot. You're just gonna tape around that once, and then you're good, and you can cut it. Okay. Now that you have your silk attached onto your pole, you're gonna take this part of the silk, and you're gonna tape it to this part. So where your black tape is, you're gonna tape it around here, preferably closest to the top of your pole. And you're gonna tape it right on there. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take any part of your silk, literally any part, and it's very hard. You can take the very bottom, like very top of the silk. So this here, you need to tape it around. So you need to just take it and tape it around this. And what you can do is you're gonna have extra, and that's gonna be where this gap is, but just keep taping. And so here I went around, and there's still this small hole. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna push the silk up a little bit more and make sure it's there, and then tape over that again. And then it should be fully like tucked under the tape already. So then you're good. And once your bottom part is all taped, you just need to put your end cap back on your flagpole, which is not that hard. You're just gonna take this again. And right now, the rest of my silk is still not on yet because I haven't taped my tab. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna push this part back onto your pole. Just make sure it's all the way down. This is the end part right now. This is what it should look like. Is it still is attached? It's taped up all into there, and it's all under. Then you're gonna do the same cross method on here. And right now, I'm not gonna record that, but the other equipment manager, Leslie, is gonna be recording that when she gets here.
Hello, I am Leslie. I am the other equipment manager, and I will be finishing how to tape a flag. So, when you're taping your end cap, you want to have a cross. So, when you take your first tape, hold on. So, when you take this, you can basically just wrap it on the top like this. So you have one end here, so then it holds on to the silk, and then just go across to the other side, and then just cut it right before there, like this. And then you tape it again across the other way. Cross method. Yes, cross method. Simply like this. And then you go over it again to make a cross and cover the whole top of the end cap. You're also able to just cut small pieces like this and just layer it on top, just in case you're sharing a tape with someone else and they just give you a small piece, simply like that. So then you cover the whole top of the end cap, so then you don't see the white. And then afterwards, you go across, or you go around the whole end cap. So you start from where the tape starts at the bottom, And then you simply just go around so then it doesn't come out during a performance or during practice. Simply like that. And then you do it on the other side, on the other end cap at the bottom. It's the same method, just doing the cross method and then going around the whole thing. And then making sure that the silk won't come out, because the silk ends about like right here. So you have to make sure that this part doesn't come out like that. And then with the tab, you have to line up the silk. So since the hole for the silk is way bigger than the pole, simply like this, you have to make sure that it lines up. So since this one, it folds over onto this side, you want to make sure that you line up the seam so then it can also fold over and be aligned. So as you can see with your seam right here, this is where the end cap is. It should go all the way over and right here. And it should be tight so then it doesn't like come off so easily. Like there's so much extra room, so you don't want it to be like here and just like be so like, what do you call it?
You want it to be...
You just want it to be tight so then it doesn't look so wrinkled.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yes, and then you just do the same thing as how you did the end cap with going around, just so then you can make sure that your tab is secured and won't come out, because that happens a lot, which has happened to me, sadly. But you can always just retape it during practice. Just ask about retaping before continuing, because if it just comes out, it gets pretty annoying. As you can see, the seam starts here, goes all the way right here to your tab where it is taped. And you don't have to have it so big, so then it's just so then you can secure your flag, and also where you know like halfway kind of is on the flag. And then there you go.